Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at the 10 most scary videos caught in hospitals. So, nobody likes the hospital, mostly because people find them very scary. Well, here are some genuinely terrifying videos caught in hospitals. From patients that'll creep you out to paranormal activity. But before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming in at number 10 is Hospital Ghost. So, we're used to seeing ghosts in movies. Well, here's a ghost on a movie set. A few years back, a film student called Trevor Heasley was making a short film called Postcards. For one part of the film, they had to go to an abandoned mental hospital. Trevor and the whole cast went there and they began filming. Now, the hospital is an abandoned mental hospital, so it's pretty creepy as it is. But if you look closely in one scene, there appears to be a real-life ghost. As you can see, just before two of the film's characters run down the hallway, a ghost appears to go through the halls. The ghost is transparent and is clearly walking. And this isn't simply an overlaid special effect. First of all, there's no special effects in this movie whatsoever, so it's not one from the film. Also, Trevor says he had no recollection of seeing it on the day. And as you can see by the two cast members, they didn't either. They simply ran right past the ghost, unaware of what just went right through their path. Do you think this is the ghost of a former mental patient or something else? Next up is stretcher. So if you were to see a stretcher in a hospital, that'd be pretty normal, right? But of course, stretchers cannot move by themselves. Well, in that case, explain this paranormal clip. At this hospital in Argentina, various doctors reported seeing a stretcher moving around all by itself. The stretcher was outside, but as you can see by the leaves on the trees, this was not a windy day. Something is clearly pushing the stretcher, but we can't see what it is. Luckily, this was caught on security camera for the world to see. The stretcher moves back and forth and then eventually falls over on the grass. Some say this is proof of real-life paranormal activity, but others say this is simply the hospital staff playing a prank on the world. Although something tells me hospital staff are a little bit more sensible than regular workers. So guys, is this a prank or paranormal? Next up is Ghost Doctor. So it's creepy enough seeing a ghost patient, but what about a ghost doctor? This video is filmed in the hallway of a hospital in Honduras. As you can see, there's a man who looks very scared and sheepish in the hallway. But when you learn what that mysterious figure coming out of the door is, you'll understand why. A few years prior to this video being taken, a doctor took his own life in the hospital. Ever since then, various hospital workers have reported seeing his ghostly body floating around the halls. Well, one night a hospital worker saw this and caught it on tape. The doctor flicks the lights off and on in patient rooms and goes up and down the hallways. Eventually, when he gets kind of close to the guy filming, the guy actually backs out of the door. But that guy is still very brave. If this happened to me, I would run away, not grab my camcorder. Either way, this guy got some very scary footage before he finally did run off. Something tells me he won't be doing the night shift again. Next up is Asylum Man. So this video is captured at a mental home in Siberia, Russia. This is one of the scariest mental homes in the world and it's now shut down. It was located in rural Siberia and housed only the most dangerous mental patients. And there's so many scary stories and facts about this place, a movie was even based on it called Entity. Anyway, looking at the footage, we see a very pale and skinny man in a hospital bed. The bed looks very creepy and Victorian. This video was captured in the deep, deep night. The man can be seen rocking back and forth in his bed. He then jumps up out of bed and stands up and then crawls back in. He's seen curling up in his bed a lot before he mysteriously moves out of it. The lights then seem to flicker and the bed moves all by itself. The scariest part about this video is a haunting scream can be heard moments later. This famous Siberian mental home was actually so bad the authorities had to come in and shut it down. It's a good thing this place is now no longer open, as it apparently had very bad conditions. Is this guy simply a mental patient, or is he slightly paranormal? Leave me a comment letting me know what you guys think. Next up is child ghost. So usually when we see a child, they're pretty innocent. But if we've learned anything from horror movies, children can be terrifying. And there's nothing scarier than a kid ghost. Well, at this Argentinian hospital, the doctors saw something terrifying. Within the period of just 1 hour, they saw this ghost child 10 times. They saw it so many times, they laid in wait and filmed. They were all terrified, and as you can tell by the footage, they were shaking too. This child ghost has been seen by many visitors, patients, and hospital staff. The woman who took this video was determined to try and interact with this child in any way. The nickname for this ghost is Soul 500. This is because it's allegedly the spirit of a child who passed away in room 500. The corridor this video was filmed in is no longer in use, but it does link to the children's ward. If you can't see the ghost, take a look behind the cot. The young girl appears to be playing hide and go seek. You should be able to see a child's head peering out from behind this cot and poking it back in. Some say this is simply something else and not really a child. And others say it is a real child, but the child is not a ghost. However, that doesn't explain how transparent it is. It almost seems like some kind of ghostly dark shadow. What do you guys think about this very mysterious, scary clip? Next up is wheelchair. So we've seen a stretcher moving all by itself, but what about a wheelchair? As you can see in this blue lit hotel corridor, there's a wheelchair. But keep your eye fixed on the wheelchair and you'll see it move without any human interaction. Someone or something appears to push the wheelchair round the corridor. It then disappears around a corner, never to be seen again in the video. Who or what do you think was actually pulling this thing? Some say it could have been someone using string, but I'm not sure they'd be able to make such a tight turn around that corner. Others say, including the security guard who leaked this footage, that a spirit haunts this hospital. Seeing as many people do obviously pass away in hospitals, this does make some sense. But are you guys skeptical, or do you really believe a paranormal being is moving this wheelchair? Next up is Lab Ghost. So this video wasn't filmed in a hallway like most videos on this list. This one was actually filmed in a laboratory inside a hospital. This occurred at night and no one was in the room at the time. But as you can see, something appears to be moving around in the footage. Some say this is simply a piece of dust which has got on the lens. But others say this may be a ghost or spirit lurking in the hospital lab. We're used to seeing ghosts walking up the hallways or inside hospital rooms, but maybe that's too much of a cliche for a real-life ghost. What do you guys think is going on here? Is it a ghost or a piece of fluff or dust? Personally, I'm not sure, but I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Next up is Baby Grabber. So one of the worst things a parent could ever imagine is having their child go missing. And after all the stress and angst of giving birth, the last thing you'd want is for your child to disappear. Well, unfortunately at this Indian hospital, that is exactly what was caught on camera. Taking babies is actually a very common thing, which is a growing trend in India. This footage, captured in the middle of the day at a busy Indian hospital, shows a woman taking a baby. She's dressed all in white and is carrying the baby, walking with it casually. Anyone would think it was simply her baby, but it is not. Just imagine giving birth and on the same day you do, your baby is taken. When the mother's baby couldn't be found, she was freaking out, so the hospital staff checked the footage. Then, when they found this, they were quaking in their boots. Next up is hospital spirit. So, many people think that when you pass away, your spirit leaves your body. Well, according to this footage, that is true. As you can see, this footage shows a hospital bed in a hospital hallway. In the bed appears to be a figure, however the figure has no face. Then, all of a sudden, a very scary spirit appears to rise from this body. The spirit rises up, pauses for a moment, and then appears to fly away. The spirit looks very ghostly and ghoulish, but it almost looks so cliche that some say it's fake. Do you guys think this is real footage and that's actually what happens when we pass on? Perhaps it's not something we can see with our eyes, but it can be caught on tape. It's hard to tell, but let me know what you guys think. Next up is Ghost House. So this video is a bit different to the others. All of the other videos were captured in hospitals, but this footage is captured in a house which used to be a hospital. That's right, this house was an abandoned hospital, but it has been renovated into a house. However, the homeowners are convinced that the spirits of those who passed away in the hospital live on in the home. This couple in Kent kept experiencing strange paranormal activity, so they installed a security camera in their home. One night, the security camera was triggered, and as you can see, a ghost seems to be flying by. This spirit flies right past this couple's living room. They thought they were buying an idyllic Kent renovated home, but it appears what they actually got was a haunted house. Do you guys think this footage is real or not? Some have said this could be faked, but why would the couple even do this? This footage sure does seem convincing, and seeing as the camera can only be triggered when something's actually there, this means something is in the frame and has not been edited in. Leave a comment letting me know what you guys think. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the scariest hospital video on this list. I think it's the one with the wheelchair moving, as that is seriously strange. If you guys want more amazing videos, check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.